God bless it. Wake your game up. That is the name of the game now. I'm fucking tired, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Polytickin Podcast. I'm Marcus. That's Sefa. You know what it is, man. Episode 46, man. Episode
Why,
46.
why are you so tired?
I stayed up late last night binging Reservation Dogs.
Oh,
I
I
was
don't blame
supposed to,
you.
yeah, I was supposed to wake up early to go to the gym, do the usual, but then also it was raining this morning. I didn't want to go anywhere, so I'm kind of glad I slept in. Oh, god damn it.
See, your camera don't want to work when you start saying you skipped the gym.
Yeah, this is some bull. Okay.
Did you skip? So you didn't go to the gym this morning?
Yeah, I skipped the gym this morning.
I was wondering why you was on time.
Yeah. Oh, look at this frozen ass face.
Try to go on Zoom, go on the Zoom bar or whatever, and click stop video and start video.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Good, Holmes. We're good, Holmes. Look at this. Look at the magic we have to pull.
See, this is what happens when you skip the routine, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. It's fucking me up right now, man.
The computer's not used to being up this early.
Yeah, I stayed up hella late last night watching Reservation Dogs, and I'm glad I did because, man, I was doing a lot of crying yesterday watching that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That show is amazing.
Yeah.
And those actors are amazing, too. Like, those characters are great. And even the background, the supporting characters are fucking awesome, bro.
The two little brothers, the little two rapping dudes.
Yeah.
You know they was on America's Got Talent or something?
Oh, yeah?
Like,
No,
or like the
that.
X Factor. There was like little rappers.
Oh, that's hard. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Res Dogs is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So I was asking the last time, but you weren't caught up yet. But now that you watched the first two seasons, what's your favorite episode? Do you have a favorite episode?
So far, if it's not, I think it's probably the grandma one. Mm-hmm. So like right now, with Mabel. Oh, actually, no. You know what? If it's not Mabel, then it's the episodes that star Big. Big's episodes. Big is the cop, the tribal cop.
Oh yeah.
Bro, funny. I love. Yeah, he's hilarious, but also his episodes are super super spiritual. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's very spiritual and also just he's fucking hilarious, bro.
That one episode where it was like the people that were dressed up with the pigs or something. I don't know. They was like doing something in the forest.
Yeah.
Was that a big episode where he was high, right?
Yeah, that was a big episode.
That was so weird, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know, I couldn't really get into it, but it was cool. You know,
like that was cool that it was actually real. Mm-hmm. When they ran into that ceremony, I thought that was whole thing was a trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that it was real and that him and Kenny Boy, you know, solved the robbery of all the catfish in town. And the deer lady, shout out to the deer lady.
Oh yeah. Just season 3, she back.
Yeah.
My favorite episode from that show is the grandma, the funeral. And that was the episode when I asked you, I said, did you cry on any episode? That was the episode for me that had me in shambles, bro.
Yeah.
The grandma episode on Res Dogs, bro. It reminded me so much of my great grandma's funeral. Like not even the funeral, but just like kind of like the lead up to it, where you know she was sick, she was in the house on a hospital bed, and we all the family members like got together. I was super young. This was like in 2003. So, you know, we was kids and we got to see all our cousins. You know, like it was sad to see grandma like that, but I don't think we got to understand the gravity of the situation as kids because, you know, it was like, oh, we get to play football. Everybody here, we're going to go outside and, you know, chill at the park or on the field or do whatever. But watching that and seeing it from like an adult perspective, or, you know, she was a kid, but she was a little older than what I was in 2003.
Yeah.
It was just like eerily similar. Mm-hmm. And then like it just seeing everyone singing, everyone cleaning, everyone fixing the food. It was very, you know, it resonated very deeply with me. So after that episode, I was like, this show can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, like, and also it shows that like it showed me that like, you know, the way that Indigenous people, you know, their rituals, their like family orientation, you know, like just everything that they hold sacred and value in their family and culture and traditions is very similar to what we do at Samoa. So
yeah,
it just gave me a deeper understanding and respect for their culture. You know?
Yeah. Definitely, bro. That shit reminded me of like all the times where I had my cousins in for, something sad and shit, just like you, bro. That's why I was like, oh yeah, that's a very, very nostalgic episode for me watching that shit. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that, man. We're all crammed together in the kitchen cooking shit, serving out the elders and all that. Yeah, that's a great one, man. But there's been a couple episodes that have just made me cry, bro. Like, yeah, that show's awesome.
Wait till you get to season 3. Bless you.
God
Wait
bless
till
you.
you get to season 3. Bless you.
Season 3. Is there more crying in season 3?
There's an episode about residential schools.
Oh yeah, you're telling me.
That's gonna get you, bro.
Oh shoot.
It's gonna get you. But yeah, man. Now that we got that out the way, how have you been since the last time? Yo, I'm telling y'all, man, this podcast has really put a strain on our relationship, bro, because I have wanted to ask this fool ever since Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since Thursday, I wanted to ask her, how it went and how things went. I wasn't even hitting up anybody to see if I could watch it live because I was at the house. But I've been wanting to know, bro. And then he texted me and then he gave me like a little insight. And I don't do that, bro. Cause then I wanted to text back, wait, what? But I had to fight my urges. I said, you know what? We're gonna save it for the podcast. Man. So what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm actually glad that you couldn't find anybody to watch it live. At least for me, bro, because everyone else was great. But God bless it, bro. Last Thursday was another open mic hosted by Nina and Nick over by the Sanctuary. It was held in downtown Long Beach. I forget the name of the venue, but they were super accommodating. It was a nice little spot too, man, like off the cut over there in downtown. Like there's a little like alleyway leading into the bar and then another separate cut that leads into the stage in this nice little area. So
was it like outdoors?
It was kind of outdoors,
right?
Yeah,
it was like a quad area, but it was in the buildings, but outdoors.
It was like in between the buildings, like this little area between the buildings, the different businesses. So it was very cool, bro. It was it was a great venue. They had 3 vendors over there, 3 food vendors. One of them was serving up ceviche. The other one was serving up Polynesia, like Panipopo, Esther's Taste of Polynesia. And then there's another one that was serving up sushi bakes. So,
did you get one?
I got the sushi bake. I got the sushi bake and the ceviche. Yeah, the sushi bake was.
I seen Dallas. I seen Dallas roll around with some sushi bakes, bro. I was like, damn, that thing looks fire, bro.
Yeah, bro. I had like eight of those things, bro, in a box. Yeah,
I'd have bought all 8, bro.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, they held that open mic and it was a bigger turnout than the last one, which is like it was awesome, man. It's awesome to see. I got there maybe like an hour after it started, like 6:30. I rushed over there after work. And I didn't intend on performing because in my mind I'm like, you know what? I don't have any new material. Like I'm just gonna keep performing the same song twice. But then I get there and I run into Nina. Shout out to Nina, man. She was right. She was right. She said, I don't care if you do the same song at every open mic we hold. Like if this is you getting your reps in. You know what I'm saying? This is you like putting the time in or whatever. So, do that. And she was on my ass about it, bro. As soon as I get there, like, are you performing? Are you performing? I was like, no, I just wanted to watch. Like, no, you better get your ass over there and sign. She was really adamant. And, I appreciate her for that, but God damn, bro. If I had just prepared, at least stayed on my toes, been on my guard, and just like expected people to be like, get your ass over there to sign, I would have been way better on stage because it was fucking bad, bruh. It was bad. It was bad. Like
what made it bad?
I feel like everything that could have went wrong. The music was set up, like taking too long to get the music set up because I sent for the first one, I sent our song to to the DJ, right? But it was a separate email, so I had to send it again in a new one. So there was a whole process with that. I couldn't. There's just something that I just couldn't get past, like requesting permission for him to share it or for me to share it with him. Some Google Drive shit, just things that are holding up the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because of that, I couldn't connect my. I had to connect my phone to the Bluetooth speaker, and there was like stop and starts, like it was just starting in fits and shit, bro. And then, it was just all bad, bro. So I had to mess with the volume. What?
So it was just technical? It wasn't.
It was performance? No, there's some performance stuff that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I had to talk about that too. There's more to it. It's not just technical difficulties.
I was about to say, if it's just technical, you good, bro. Like that happens at every show. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the performance was trash, bro. It was so bad because, like I said, I wasn't prepared, but also like I go up there and I do the song and I forget the words to my verse. So I'm sitting up there letting the song do all the work and feeling awkward, you know what I'm saying? And just looking out and everybody's, very supportive. It's just like you said, bro.
Yeah.
They go up, don't nobody go over there to hate on you unless there's some true haters in their fucking heart, you know what I'm saying? But everybody was super supportive. But, as an artist, like, that you're super sensitive, right? Like, I'm super sensitive when it comes to that shit, right? So, like I'm up there and it's just very like I just forget the words and I'm just moving around and shit, letting the song do all the work, and then I cut it off really quick, and then once it's done, scattered applause. Shout out to DJ AD for being for being cool about it, man. Like he apologized to me talking about hey, my bad, it was this. I was like, nah, bro, you're good, bro. You're okay. That's on me. This is some last minute shit that I had to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's on me. That's on me. Don't even apologize, bro. He was a really cool dude. And, Nina and Nick showed their love, man. Everybody else was, like, super supportive of it, too, which I'm very glad about. But, God damn, bro. Man, like, just the bombing, it just felt, I fucking hate, like, I wanted to crawl into my body and just fucking, bro, disappear, bro. But that's what it's about, right? Like, don't know about, not everybody has a perfect performance, man. Everybody fucks up, Yeah. So I'm trying to take that into consideration. But damn, dog, in the moment when it happens, you're just like, fuck, I can't quit right now. I'm terrible. Like, bro,
Well, I want you to know that experience is not isolated. That's not an isolated incident. Exactly. Everybody who performs, I feel like most 99.9%, maybe not Bruno Mars, but everybody else has had a bad performance.
No, you too, Bruno Mars.
Nah, I know you've had a bad performance. He's been doing this since he was a toddler, so I mean, he might be on point. Right. But everybody who's an artist who's been performing live, we've all had this situation where things just didn't go our way.
Yeah.
So don't feel too bad, bro. That's how everybody that's up there performing after you that did a great job. I'm sure in the beginning of their process, they went through that same kind of incident. I know I've been there plenty of times. And it just, it's something to, it's something to build off of. You had your first experience where everything went well and you were riding on a high, and now you have this experience with things didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen. But like I said, the good thing about hitting rock bottom, the good thing about failing so hard, is it could only get better. Now, from every performance that you do from here on out, you could just look at it like, and nothing could be worse than the last time.
Exactly.
And then you kill that, and then you go again, and he's like, well, nothing. You just keep that in mind, like that feeling that you had. Just keep in mind, whatever you do next, nothing could be as bad as that. So if I'm improving even 1%, it's still a step in the right direction. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm trying to keep that in mind, man. And I appreciate the kind words from you and everybody, man. It was very encouraging, Yeah, they still showed love, man. It was all great, But like I said, like as someone who wants to perform in front of a crowd, and when you have a bad one, it's like you don't think about the other artists in the room who've probably had bad ones. You just think about that one, and you're just like, fuck, everybody hates me. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that at all.
And all those people was probably super supportive of you because they know how it feels.
Yeah,
I'm listening to you. I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah.
You start feeling your heartbeat in your ears. You could notice
Oh,
every
bro.
sweat that's coming down your forehead, your
Oh
knees,
my,
your
bro.
knees start shaking, like you could almost fall down from
Yeah, bro.
that kind of situation. Your
Oh
throat, it
yeah.
start feeling like you got a frog in your throat to where you can't talk. The lights start
Mm-hmm.
getting super shiny. You can't really make things out in the crowd anymore. Like I've been
Mm-hmm.
there, bro. So like you telling me that, like as sad as it, or like as unfortunate as it is,
Mm-hmm.
that don't take nothing but a little polishing. That's all it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. It just take a couple, maybe like 3-4 hours a week to where you just shut everything down in your room and you looking in the mirror and just rapping your verse. That's all that
Mm-hmm.
take. Once you
Yeah.
get that down, and the fact that you said you wasn't really planning on performing. I
Mm-hmm.
thought you was playing. Like I thought you was practicing this whole time, but the fact that you weren't, that's to be expected. So the
Right.
next one, when you decide to go to the next one and you start practicing, it's gonna be way better. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, welcome to the game, bro. Welcome. You gotta
I
get your
know.
you gotta get your lumps in, dog.
I
That's
know,
it.
man. I love this shit, but I hate it so much. It's
That's all.
awesome, man.
Yeah, shout out to all the artists that's starting out because if you new to this, yeah, you finna take some lumps in this game,
Oh
and
yeah.
it'll differentiate the people that really want to be here, versus the people that just kind of want to be here.
Right.
The people
Exactly.
that kind of want to be here, they're not gonna put the effort in to really take it a step further. But the people that really want to be here, they'll
Mm-hmm.
feed off of that. They'll be like,
Yeah.
okay, this will be fuel to like go above and beyond for the next time.
That's
So
exactly, man. That's exactly what it was when I got in the car and was leaving. Like, man, I don't ever want to perform like that ever again. We gotta polish this up and do better, man.
yeah,
Just again, shout out to all the artists that were there, man. I met Yada the Great over there. Well, I wish I chopped it up with her more, but she is
she's hard.
friggin' nice. Yeah,
I,
she's hard.
we did a song. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know if she ever got the email because I sent it super late, but I'm fired. That's my fault.
Yeah,
She's dope.
she's friggin' nice, bro. And she showed love too. She was very supportive. She was like, "Good job, Marcus." Because I was walking away, trying to
Mhm.
hide everywhere and shit, trying to hide myself. But she was very supportive. Yeah, shout out to Yada the Great. Shout out to Nina and Nichola J for another successful event, man. That shit was fucking
Mhm.
cracking, bro. And they had happy hour going on in the back. Like it was a fun time, man. Yeah, shout out to everybody doing it, man, because when I seen all the other performers before and after me, I was just like, damn, dog, like this is exactly how I need to do it. So shout out to y'all still out here trying to do something, man, because that shit is
Mhm.
inspiring to motherfuckers like me. All right, and I ain't much, but that shit was fun, and I'm going to every single one. I'm going to more. I'm going to more.
Yeah, do it, and it's just gonna get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
hell, what the hell were you up to?
Marcus be thotting in these streets. We all know this now, right?
Right.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
usually the homebody. Marcus will say he's a homebody, but he don't ever be home.
Oh
So,
my god.
but
Okay.
today I was being a little thotty this weekend, bro. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Mm-hmm.
I've been volunteering more and more at the Native Center, and
Mm-hmm.
so the folks that I volunteer with, he was telling me about um a hip hop concert, an indigenous hip hop concert. So all
Mm.
indigenous artists, and it was free. It was kind of like the similar situation to where it was in the middle of the buildings, but it was like downtown, and it was super
Mm.
like it's a big area. And apparently
Nice.
they throw shows here all the time. So this was the show, the indigenous hip hop concert. Um, Went in, not really knowing what to expect because I didn't really know any of the artists.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, was I impressed.
Yeah.
Like you could tell all of these artists are well like polished. Like they
Mm.
practice a lot. Cause to me, I know my music a little bit. Like I make so much music, I don't really pay it. Like I'll make a song and then by the time it drops, I'm done listening to it and I don't really listen to it again.
Yeah.
These artists though, bro, they knew all the words. They wasn't using any backing tracks. They was like live with it. The groups were like feeding off each other. It was really dope. They were like a lot older artists, there were a
Mm.
lot of them. But so the music, bro, it was like underground. Like I didn't know what to expect. right? But the music was super underground. It reminded me of like 90s conscious hip hop to where, to fight the power, to beat the system and all of these things are very like informational, like informative about the past, the history that wasn't told. A lot of the stuff that they speak on Res Dogs, actually, now that I think about it. So the music was just, there was like maybe a handful within the 4 or 5 hours we were there, maybe like 5 or 6 songs that was about chilling and relaxing and having fun. The rest of the songs was all just, the struggle, the reason why they're so oppressed, the way that their history hasn't been told correctly and everything that they swept under the rug and how, the Canadian history is a lie and all this. And I was tripping out because, I know a little here and there, but I didn't realize it was all of this. And so I was grooving, bro. Like, I mean, I wasn't moving and stuff, but I was feeling the music. Like, I was like, dang, it low-key sparked a fire in me to be like, there's a lot of these issues that a lot of people don't know about, and they was on Front Street with it. So shout out to everybody that performed at this hip hop concert. The host, so the dude that I went with, the host was his nephew.
Oh, okay.
And his nephew had said he'd been dealing with drug addiction since he was like 12 or something, and he was like 13 months clean. He was a while clean, and he was talking about it. And people who dealt with drugs in the past, they kind of they kind of fall off a little bit while they're talking or they ramble. And before he performed, he was rambling a little bit, and he was speaking a lot of truth. But it was like, you're here for a performance, and the people start talking a lot, and I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I know how this is gonna go. It's not gonna be that good. He's performing because he's the host. Let's go. He started performing with his uncle, who was like a traditional drummer. And they were both doing the traditional drumming. And then they were singing this song called the Good Morning Song. And when they started singing it, everyone was singing it. And the homie next to me that I came with, one of the other homies that I came with, he was telling me, he was like, wow, like I haven't heard this song since I was a kid. They used to sing this song like as in my family, like as a kid. And then the other homie that I was with, he didn't grow up in the West Coast. He was like, oh yeah, their songs and traditions are different than where I grew up at. So I don't know this. But everybody in the crowd was singing along. And it just sounded like a bunch of humming, but they were singing along. They were all, chanting together. And then the dude just broke into rap. Like full on no track. And he was just spitting, bro. And some of it was offbeat and some of it was kind of random. But as far as what he was saying, I was just like, wait. This is the guy that was rambling? I was tripping, bro. Yeah. So we had a great time. We had a free hip hop concert, can't say no to that. We went to go get some food afterwards. It was cool. It was chilling, man. I was outside thottin, bro.
Yeah, man. He's outside.
I was outside thottin, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, we went to this exotic smoke shop. And I was like, I don't want any of the smoke stuff, but they had a bunch of candies.
Oh my God.
I picked 3 candies, bro. Yeah. A chocolate bar, Sour Patch straws, and a Reese's like fudge brownie Reese's.
Yeah.
It was $15.
Each?
For those 3 together, it was $15.
Is that a steal? That sounds like a steal. In a smoke shop?
Is that a steal? They sound like they stole from me.
Yeah.
They stole from me.
Wait. Oh, wait, those are just regular candies? Are these
regular
edibles?
candy? No, they're not edibles.
Okay, they're not edibles. They're just they're stealing from you. That's fucked up. Yeah. $15 for all 3. Fuck that. Yeah, okay.
I put my card in before I looked at the price because the price was so small on the little thing. And by the time I clicked, by the time I was about to click OK, I looked at that. I said, is that $1.50 or is that $15? I was pissed, bro. You know how I was mad at the amount of money. Yeah, I asked him for a receipt. Oh. He was like, "Do you need a receipt?" And he turned it around and clicked no. I was like, "Yes, yeah. Let me get that receipt, homie." I said, walked outside, started looking at the receipt, thinking that it's gonna make it cheaper.
Yeah.
I was over there like, man, what the hell? I said, okay, this is why I don't leave the house. This is why I can't be thotting around, bro. $15
Yeah.
for 3 chocolate? Oh my!
Yeah, it's way too expensive to be outside thawing around for sure, bro.
I
But I
don't know
mean,
how.
$15 for those 3 candies? That's crazy.
Yeah, the dude was saying because it's candy that's not available in Canada. It's like import, it's like only from whatever. I'm like, what? What are
Still.
we doing here? Is Amazon not real? Like, what?
Yeah.
How are you in business? Whatever, though.
Huh.
So yeah, that's what I was doing, man. Went to a hip hop concert and got robbed at an exotic smoke shop, bro.
Hell yeah, man. We was both outside thawing, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
and I was telling myself too, watching these people perform, I'm like, damn, bro, I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
I
man.
I
What?
rap with the tracks. I don't care. The vocals be on there. I don't care, bro.
Man, what? I'm saying, bro. I was just like, man, just let the music do the work for you.
Did you dance?
Did I dance? No, I
Yeah.
was just no.
Who was recording? I want to see some clips. I want to see.
They had a videographer there. I think Nina and
Oh.
Nick probably had some, they were recording with their phones and stuff, but there's nothing on socials. I didn't see. Thank God. Thank God y'all didn't put that on there.
And you did it so you was an hour late. So you was like in the middle. Like it wasn't
Well, actually, no, I was like an hour late from start time, but when I got there, the first act was starting. So the whole thing started like an hour after the flyer said it was supposed to start. So shout out to Samoans, you know what I'm saying? Samoan time. It's a real thing. But yeah, I got there and the very first act I was on the sign-up sheet was up performing. So I literally just got there in time, I guess. I wasn't late. I guess I wasn't late.
So from the first performer, how many performers until you went?
6, because there's 15 scheduled to go on, and then at 6 they had intermission, so we was out mingling, smoking, getting some food, and then I was number 7, so I started off the second half. I started off the second half of performers, man.
So you was
what the hell?
You was damn near the Super Bowl halftime performance.
Yeah. See, that's cool because the bar was so low by the time I was off the stage, like, it was just, it's easy to leap that shit. So
yeah. You helped out who was after you, you remember? Or did you just run out?
No, after was a poet. It was a poet.
Okay.
Yeah, he was doing poetry, spoken word. He was hilarious too.
Mm.
He came up on stage and he was like, "What do you guys think I do? You guys think I sing?" Like, yeah. Like, oh, you guys have confidence. I don't do that. And I got a poem though. But yeah, it was cool.
I'll be hella mad. I go somewhere and then the person asks me what the like, just perform, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, what do you guys think I do? I think you're wasting my time.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly, man. Just get your ass off stage and just perform the damn thing, bro.
Like, bro, you doing a survey?
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, that's what we've been up to, man. I knew this would take long, so I'm glad that we have this list of topics. Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into the docket. First off, we have to double back with the Maui situation. There's been a lot more talks. There's been a lot more information being spread, so I think the last time I checked, they were at what 25-30% of the wreckage was looked through, and they're over 100. I don't know how many over 100, but they're I think it's less than 120 of deaths confirmed, but around there. Yeah, there have been articles, and I don't know if you read this article. My girl put me on, but there have been articles about the situation with the water crisis in Maui. Were you able to get to that article?
The one you put in the note, yeah, I was reading a little bit of it.
Yeah, so
that's been, apparently, according to this, has been going on for a while.
Yeah, they have been. So the locals of Maui have been fighting for their water rights for quite some time now. I want to say they got a certain amount of signatures on a petition to have everything reevaluated, but basically with the tourist attractions being like the golf course and other things that need, you know, green grass or need to be well kept with water, watering the grass, watering the gardens. They diverted water, natural running water, from the areas of Lahaina and areas in Maui. They've diverted that water to these resorts and to these tourist attractions that normally, you know, weren't even a part of Hawaii in the first place.
Right.
And because of that, it's caused a lot of dry lands around the areas that were affected. And even without, you know, the dry, it's been it's been a thing that's been weighing down on these locals for so long. And they in so long that they've actually had the petitions going. They've actually tried to have a government step in and say, hey, we need these water rights back. And now that the fires happen, now that this big tragedy has happened, the locals are saying that the people in charge of who to give the water rights to and this and that, they're kind of shelving it. They're kind of saying, you know, this is important, but we have to put this on the shelf for a minute. We have to focus on this. And
Wait, putting what on the shelf? The water crisis itself, or getting
the
water?
water rights, you know, like
Okay, the water rights. Okay, yeah,
giving the
yeah.
water, you know, stopping the water from being diverted from
Okay,
these communities in Maui. They're the people, the powers that be, I don't know who exactly, they're kind of tabling it until later, saying, you know, we have bigger fish to fry, we have bigger things to worry about. We'll get to this later. And from the article that I read, they say that this is like I forgot what it was called, bro. But they said this is textbook. This is kind of what they do.
mm,
These corporations, they kind of, you know, they take a tragedy and then they'll take your issues and be like, well, we can't focus this right now. We can't focus on this because we have to do X, Y, and Z over here.
right.
And it just leaves the locals in last place once again, you know. And so it's just nasty reading it, bro.
Yeah,
What did you get from the article? Because there was a lot in there.
I didn't read the whole thing. I just read the note that you put on there, man.
Mm.
This just doesn't surprise me at all. Like I'm reading it, and it said, it's what is it? It's like they have all this water cut off, but they're saving it for like the big like what the golf courses you're talking about, like
Mhm.
yeah, bro, just to
Yeah.
keep the golf courses looking all nice and shit for touristy shit. But like what you were saying about like the government tabling this shit because of a tragedy, right? So are they like are they gonna fuck, I don't even know how to phrase it, man. Like that just doesn't sound, it sounds like they do that shit all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like this is, you said it, textbook, right? Like it's par for the course, and that doesn't surprise me, man. So
Mhm.
what? So they're just gonna use this as a way to just not fuck with like the water rights thing that's going on for, you know.
That
So
yeah.
what?
No, that's what certain people that are familiar with this landscape of government policies and all of that. That's
Mhm.
what they're saying. They're saying no, this is what
Holdout,
yeah,
like
this
a
is what they
holdout.
do. They do this all the time. They call it something like natural disaster something. They call it it's
That's
like it's
crazy.
literally like a title to it. It's like they take a natural disaster and then they use that as an excuse to say we can't get to you right now because we have all of this going on. When in reality, you know, that should be the water rights should be the first thing to be dealt with
Hmm.
because it
We
it
need
would
what
it would
we.
help it would help not let it happen again, you
Hmm.
know? But they don't
I
think
mean,
like
what are
that.
the, yeah? What are the other things that they're trying to focus on? What is it like? I mean, I know that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But
Well,
like
that probably just like, oh, we have to help with the relief. We have to help, you know, find people housing, which is, you know,
see, okay,
definitely
see
y'all
if,
should be
yeah,
doing
if
that.
those are, yeah, yeah, but that's like standard. Why can't they do both? Like if they're
Yeah.
doing, you know, if they're going out for the relief, they're trying to help the people, you know, that were affected
Mhm.
by the fires. Cool. Why do they have to put a fucking why do they have to table the water rights when it can all just be, can all be together? You know,
That's what they do. Apparently, that's
that
what
is
they
what they do.
do.
So if it's a separate issue, something that I don't know, if it's a separate issue, then they just won't. they'll just
Yeah.
fucking like table that shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that,
Um.
bro.
Yeah, and also there's been some Twitter controversy over this.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I
you
haven't seen
you
that.
not tapped in at all, huh?
I'm not tapped in at all.
Come
No,
on, we need you to be tapped in, brother. Because if
I
I'm
can't
leading the
stand that shit.
if I'm leading the charge on every topic, it gets boring.
Yeah.
But there's some people that's online saying that, you know, basically saying what the people of Maui should do, but not being locals.
Nice.
Like, just people outside of the affected areas. And,
Yeah,
there's some
thank you,
people
man. We need that fucking moralizing pieces of shit. All right.
some people, some people mean well, but at the end of the day, it's really hard to speak from the outside looking in and having the people that are inside looking in be receptive of what you have to say.
Mm.
Because we're not privy to everything. We're not there to experience things. We don't have the same stake in this that they do. So
Right.
it's just, I know a lot of people want to help and a lot of people want to be productive in the conversations and all of this, but I think our best bet as outsiders of the situation is to just help awareness to the
Mm.
people that are actually there, to the people that actually know what they're doing, to the specialists, to the, all of that, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, the timeline's been spicy, bro.
What's the spiciest thing you've seen on the timeline?
Some dudes, he was tweeting about what did he say? Oh, he was like, Lahaina definitely, prayers to Lahaina, they're affected. But for the people saying that, we should stop the tourism, you guys aren't thinking about the rest of the island who are there,
Who depend on the
who
tourism?
yeah.
Ah,
And on one end, he definitely has a point, but on the other end, it's like, um a lot of the people from there were like, we don't the real Hawaiians, the native Hawaiians, they don't benefit most out of tourism.
mm,
Like, a lot of people think like, oh, the tourism is good for your economy, it's good for, it'll help you guys build. The tourism in Hawaii is not helping the Hawaiians. It's
yeah,
helping the rich people get richer.
exactly. Yeah.
Of course, if everything on Maui, if everything in Hawaii was Hawaiian owned,
Mm-hmm.
and if it benefited, like, because everybody, it's a lot of people benefit from a business, but if it were the native Hawaiians who are benefiting the most, like if they were the first people to get a slice of cake, that would be different. That would be
Yeah.
a totally different situation, because at that point, if you have native people, native Hawaiians who know the land, who know the history, who know everything about it, you don't get the diversion of water. You don't
Right.
get a water crisis in the first place, because they would say, you know what? Uh, yeah, a golf course would make a lot of money and we'd attract a lot of rich people, of course. But if it comes at the cost of diverting water from areas that need water, from communities, the local communities that need water,
Mm-hmm.
let's think of something else. How about a Top Golf? How about something else where, but when you have a rich corporation who has no family whatsoever in Hawaii, when you have this dude who has a bag of money and he's just like, oh, we can divert water from here, who, and not even caring about the people who get their water stolen, then that's where that starts it. So yeah, nah, like, of course there are people who live in Hawaii who are Hawaiian, native Hawaiian, and they have jobs at these touristy spots. And if they stop tourism, of course, those people might lose out on a paycheck. But in the long run, to get that tourist mentality, to get those big companies out and to let the native Hawaiians get their land back and just let them do them, like, that would be the ultimate goal. Not let's keep tourism going, but let's also be respectful of, because it just that is it's not
You can't
conducive
be.
to the
It has to. Yeah, it has to be one or the other, right? It can't be both. Like you can't do both at the same time, right?
yeah, it's
You know.
it's like keeping a band-aid on a freaking gunshot wound. It don't work like that. You
Right.
need to do some serious healing.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have the other article about the TSA, if you want to talk about that, because this is what the tourism can lead to.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, bro. Introduce the TSA situation.
Learned today from a friend that her cousin who works at TSA went off at tourists who was flying out of Maui yesterday. She couldn't disclose the name of guests and where they were staying at and how long. Why TSA worker lost it? Because in the tourist bags were a bunch of street signs and memorabilia from the burn/barricaded areas in Lahaina. So the tourists ended up getting arrested. People make me sick. That's fucking gross, bruh. That's disgusting. These tourists were trying to make a quick buck off of this shit, bro. I seen that shit and I was like, yeah. Why didn't she just beat the shit out of him? No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's disgusting, bro. That doesn't surprise me at all, man.
Yeah, and it's the result of tourism, of having these people come of tourism, and even more so of having the tourist attractions or having the places that the tourists come to visit, having them not be led by or directed by Native Hawaiians who could show people respect, show who can lead with like, these are our cultures, customs, and traditions, and also these are what these are our morals, and this is what we love, and this is what we protect. Because when you just have people out here thinking shaved ice and pineapples is what Hawaii is all about, then of course they finna come and go through the wreckage where people lost their lives and be like, oh look, I got a street sign.
Right.
Like that stuff is just seeing everything that comes with it. How could you go against like saying tourism should stop? You know, that was crazy. How would you? I'm trying to understand the audacity of somebody to come to a place where is the biggest natural or the biggest wildfire in the U.S. history, the most deaths in a natural disaster, whatever, the most deaths ever. And their first instinct is, I want to grab some souvenirs.
That's exactly why. Because of that, bro.
That is
the biggest wildfire in U.S. history, bro. Of course, weird ass people are gonna want memorabilia from that, bro. That's exactly why they went.
That's disgusting.
Yes, disgusting, man. People are fucking gross.
Y'all gotta start doing your stuff and then stomping out these.
Yeah, do your stuff, man.
For real. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, like I just couldn't imagine like going to a foreign country, right? After a tragedy happens and just taking shit from there, thinking it's cool, bro. Like I can't wrap my mind around that, dog. Like I would feel too bad. I'm just like, dude, I don't even feel like I'm worthy being here. I shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
I shouldn't even be here. I gotta go. Yeah. You know, I'll donate. I'll donate my funds. I'll do what I can. But god damn, I'm gonna step on the sacred land and take a burnt down street sign. Yeah, you're gross, dog.
I hope y'all
it's gross out here.
Yeah,
they're gonna. Yeah, they're definitely gonna get haunted. Yeah,
for real. Yeah, man.
Fuck that tourism, man. And there's somebody at work who's trying to go to Hawaii too. Like she's trying to go to Hawaii soon.
Beat her up.
Like, yeah, beat her up. I'm just gonna beat her up. Do my stuff and beat her up.
Do your stuff.
Yeah, man.
You should grill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you want to go to Hawaii? Oh, where? Oh, right. Did you know tourism? Did you know tourism just fuels colonialism? And it's basically the foundation of erasing their culture.
Yeah, just beat her over the head with it, bro. Yeah, do you know about the water rights that they got going on over there, man? Huh? And you still want to go over there? Which part of Hawaii are you going to? Yeah, nah, fudge that, bro.
Yeah, are you on your passport? Does it say oppressor?
Yeah. What's your family tree look like? You got slave owners in your motherfucking shit, bro. Man, that sucks, man.
Did you want to fill me in about the digital nation?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah, fill me in, bro.
So what was it on YouTube the other day, right? They got YouTube shorts, and I ran into this short about the island nation of Tuvalu, right? And it said that Tuvalu is looking to be the first digital nation, the first one to go straight into the metaverse, because of basically the destruction of their land, bro, because of what climate change and rising sea levels and what it can do to like the near future of their island, their country. Like I think within I don't know by like 2100 the entire thing will be like way too below sea level, right? And it'll just be uninhabitable. So what I think what is it? I wrote it down right here. So Tuvalu's Minister of Justice, Communications, and Foreign Affairs, right? His name is Simon Kofe. He went to this this UN climate change conference called CAP. What is it? CAP 26. That's a crazy name, bro. That's a crazy name. Cap. That's crazy.
They all lying.
Yeah, they all lying. Everybody capping. But yeah, so he went to that, or he didn't go to that conference, but he was recording a message while he was like knee deep in seawater over there in Tuvalu, and he was talking about how he wants to bring Tuvalu into the metaverse and to try to preserve his nation and his government and make displaced Tuvaluans, I think, make like displaced Tuvaluans who are going to lose like their culture and identity after being displaced to like, you know, have a place to come together and, you know, still try to be a nation, an island nation just in the digital world, which is such a crazy thing because we always talk about AI on this show. And what the fuck are we gonna do if our land were to be lost to climate change? Like, how do we preserve our culture? How do we, you know, if everything is lost on the physical plane here, does it make sense to go digital and preserve it that way? You know what I'm saying? Like this shit just sounds like a movie where whole nations get destroyed by like nuclear war or something, and the only records that people have are like these physical, you know, paper written notes or whatever, just books or whatever that can tell like some kind of small part of their history. But if you can put it all into the metaverse, you know what I'm saying, where everyone has access to it, where we can all learn something about the country, you know what I'm saying, that sounds like a great idea. But how would you even consider yourself to be an island nation if your physical land is gone? Or how can you consider yourself a government if your physical land is gone? Or like is it even preserving the culture if we all put it on the metaverse? Like what? And then what? Like, can you put your land up for sale in the metaverse? Like, what? There's just so many things that's just like, man, I don't, what? But then you don't want to be like, you don't want to be insensitive and be like, well, if it's gone, then it's gone. Like, you can't. That's not fair. Because, bro, that could easily happen to us. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring that up and be like, dude, what the fuck do you think about Samoa becoming a digital nation, bro? Because what the hell?
I don't really understand the reasoning behind it. Like I get that, you know, their nation is drowning. But when it comes to him, I don't know if you said, because we're just going off of what Marcus read or heard, and that's even going off of whatever this YouTuber said. So we might not have all the facts.
No, but there's also an article I read from The Guardian that I was getting the information from too, bro.
Oh, okay. So Marcus is well read. Okay. What are they doing in the metaverse that they can't do on Facebook? You said that they're connecting the people. You said that they're posting their history. And I don't understand it because the metaverse isn't something familiar with that a lot of people are familiar with.
Right.
Everybody they might hear about it, but as far as accessing it, as far as having devices to access it, and you know, I would imagine that the Tuvaluans, they're like older people. I don't understand how they would be able to access it or tell their stories in it. You know, like
I definitely think this is more for the youth of it's definitely for the future, right? Like he has this thing called the Future Now Project. It's like these three major initiatives to like basically just push the country of Tuvalu forward into the future to help, you know, preserve their culture and identity, right? I think that's what the whole thing is about, is just trying to preserve cultural identity. But you have a good point. Like, what is the difference between putting it on the metaverse and just going on Facebook and connecting with your peoples? You know what I'm saying? But I guess I don't know, man. I think just in the metaverse, people are going to be able to put in whole governments in there. Like, there's already there's already a part of Singapore that's in there, bro. Like Singapore is under threat of rising sea levels too and shit. And there's already a digitally recreated version of Singapore in the metaverse right now. But Tuvalu is taking this step further to I don't know how they're taking this step further, honestly, but like they just want to incorporate all this crazy shit to I don't know how it'll work though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you have an entire government in the metaverse, how the fuck are we supposed to access it? Do I have to pay like a fee? And where does this fee go to? Like, am I living in the metaverse now permanently? Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's a crazy concept to try to wrap my head around because I can't imagine like a government existing solely in the metaverse and having it make rules that should apply in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I'm super paranoid right now. I watched the show Silo, so I just feel like, the idea of having this digital world where, whoever this guy, the president or the governor or
Minister of Justice,
the minister of justice, like who gets to choose what historical facts are going into going into this metaverse.
Thank you.
This historic metaverse.
See, that's I don't know. I don't know.
And also, like, so okay, aside from just the whole idea of the metaverse, if you have Tuvaluans who will in 80 years, 70 years, will be displaced, right? How much money would go into this project that could actually go into like real world real estate that could actually help people? Because if it's about information, you could write books, you could post articles. Like the internet is accessible. The web, I think they call it Web 2, like the internet that we access every day from via Twitter, via internet browser. Like all of that could hold this so-called information that they want to spread. But if they're putting forth the funds to make this digital nation, instead of using that funds for real world relocation for a lot of people, I just think that's the wrong way to go about it. I think if it's not expensive, if it's not an expensive endeavor, then by all means.
I'm imagining billions of dollars. I imagine billions.
I don't know if they have billions.
I know. No, I'm saying that whoever is in charge of creating the digital twin, that's what they call it, the digital twin of Tuvalu.
Yeah.
You know, and like based on what they're trying to put in this digital twin as far as like government or whatever, it sounds like billions of dollars worth. You know what I'm saying? I truly don't know, but it just I don't know. That just sounds like billions of dollars worth of things that could go into real better resources.
Okay, I take that back. I don't take everything I said back. Okay. But you just said digital twin, and to me that kind of, so they're basically mapping out the entire island the exact same way in the metaverse.
Yeah. So they've done that. They've done that with Singapore, bro. Singapore is like digitally recreated already within the metaverse somewhere.
I could see the importance of that. I could see the importance of that, especially in 2100 when there's no physical recollection of it. I can see the importance of that. I still, even with seeing the importance of that, I still think there's a better way to go about, because it of course is great, but like everybody on that island is their offspring or their next generation after that is gonna have to relocate. They're gonna need some help. I feel like even though that's a cool idea, unless like the people who do this digital mapping, unless they come in and say, you know what, we finna fit the bill. Y'all don't gotta worry about that. Just let us know what to do, and that would be awesome. But I don't think it should be a priority. I think they should, I think it just should go a different way. But what do I know? We're outsiders looking in. Maybe to them that would be a super important thing to be able to show their kids in 100 years. This is where we used to be, and this is, okay. I can see the importance. I get it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is too. It's just preserving their identity because it's going to be lost within the next century.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them are already leaving. There's already fourth generation Tuvaluans who were born and raised in New Zealand or Australia, so they never even were in Tuvalu. You know what I'm saying? So there's already generations that haven't even been there or lived there. So yeah, I can see the benefit of it too. It's all about just trying to keep your history and your culture and your identity intact. But as far as as far as resources and what you can do for the actual displaced people in the real world, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole different situation.
For real. Shout out to the metaverse. Shout out to AI. They're gonna take over the entire world.
Hey.
So we got to figure that out. We're gonna go digital too. We're gonna start.
Yo, shout out to them. Shout out to the digital mappers.
Yeah.
My ancestors were the real, they were the real wayfinders.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying we're the real, we're the physical mappers. Okay, y'all just digital. That's crazy.
Yeah, even though our ancestors are all mappers, not all of us are good people. And I like
I like that. That was really good.
Because
go on now.
All right, so I'm gonna preface this by saying we will not be naming this podcast. And if you ask, we will not be. I mean, I won't. Marcus might.
Yeah, I just might.
I just wanted to touch on this. So there's a podcast, Polytickin Podcast, going viral right now. They actually go viral all the time. Every they have a big following. Every one of their clips has a bunch of interactions, or because of the topics that they touch on. And I just think it's important for us, we have our little platform. I think it's important for us to speak on it because a lot of people might listen to some of the content that they're saying and just run with it. Some of the views that they hold, to be honest, I used to feel like that. You just being a kid and not understanding the way the world works. I will always say this, the whole idea behind rape culture, it changed my perspective of everything I looked at. Because growing up, if you had a situation where a girl was wearing like a little itty bitty dress and was drunk in public, and then if she were to, be assaulted, it's natural for people to say, "Oh yeah, that's her fault. That's what she gets." The Samoans are very, "That's what you get." Like, that's our favorite line. The elders, that's their favorite line. "That's what you get. That's what you get." And it wasn't until like I grew up and then started really analyzing the way we look at things, especially the way we look at women. And then it's like, no, like there are places on this earth where you can be like Japan. When I lived in Japan, it would be people blacked out drunk from karaoke all night on the side of the road, girls and boys, like women and men, and be knocked out on the sidewalk with their purses out, with their wallets out, completely out of it. And 11 o'clock at night, and people would walk right past them.
Yeah.
Because that's just the culture there. Yeah. And so, me growing up, it's like, oh, that's what you get. But like now I'm like, no, like nobody
deserves that.
Nobody,
no matter what.
The person who takes advantage of somebody that's impaired, that's the person that should be the perpetrator. That's the person that should be wrong. Exactly. And so a lot of this podcast, a lot of their stuff is like what I'm listening, like I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, when I was 12, I would have agreed. When I was 14, I probably would have agreed, but now that I'm an adult with critical, like they have, bruh, some of these people don't deserve podcasts, bro. I'm gonna just say it. It's like regurgitated lines from like popular top hot topics that every one of these like male dominant alpha male type podcasts, they always touch on these topics because they know it's finna be a reaction. They always like, they're, we're not emotional here. Like, it's man, it's disgusting.
Do you feel like they truly believe in what they're saying, or
you
feel like they believe it?
You know why? Because I could see that. I could see I've been in that community to where that was the reaction. That's what you get. I've been there where it's like an echo chamber where everybody feels that way. So as a kid, you grow up and you feel that way.
Right.
But now that I'm like away from that, now that I'm like separated from that type of community or that type of environment, I could definitely see them believing it.
Yeah.
But it's just so wrong. And like you
Guess
see
what? You sound like an incel fucking loser.
It's
Go out and
so
get some fucking vash. Okay.
no, and you know what? They probably
Jesus.
do. They probably do because there's women that feel like that too. But it just, I don't know, bro. I just think we should champion, people in our community that don't rely on tearing our women down or tearing our people down in order to get shock value views, in order to get a headline or to get a viral clip. Like I don't get it, bro. Like why would you want to go viral and tarnish your name or like saying like, oh, I'm gonna tell the truth that not everybody's gonna tell? It's like, no, it's infuriating. I get it. It's infuriating because it's like you're loud and wrong, and it's gonna I just hate the way I hated it worse like that. I wish that we could not give these people attention, but on the same sense, I still feel like we have to speak on it and we have to like let like the awareness, like what I said earlier, the awareness is it's the biggest thing because it's like it might be people that listen to us that still feel like that. That aren't really providing the critical analysis that it takes to actually step away from that mindset and kind of be like, no, like what I grew up thinking is totally different than how the
Wrong.
world
It was
is
wrong. It's wrong.
So I just, I want to, yeah, man. Shout out to the people in our community with platforms that don't have to break us down. Shout out to the people who are constantly learning and growing and trying to better themselves and not just trying to do things for the clout, not just trying to do things because they know, oh, they finna be pissed at this, so we finna say this and this, and now everybody finna talk about us. Like what does that do to your name, bro? Like, what does that do to your I just don't see the end game to that. You just gonna make viral clips for your whole life? You're not gonna cultivate an audience, like a loyal following that'll, you know what I mean, that'll really rock with you on your good episodes and your bad episodes, because we've had a couple of those. I just don't see the end game. I don't understand, that sacrifice of putting your name, just tarnishing your name for some.
Well, who needs a good name when you can rake in thousands of dollars by the month?
Because you can get millions of dollars with a real following, with an actual group of people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm saying I'm with that one right there. But
Yeah.
I mean, shit, some people just sell their souls really fast for a quick buck, bro.
I just don't get it. But yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that because I think it really puts a highlight on the good platforms within our community that are building our people up. Shout out to, Island Mogul, Polynesian Music, Pacifica by Design, Mac Moley with his, last Saturday putting on artists in our community, Big Body Cisco with his platform, putting on, putting together interviews of artists that we never get to see interviewed. Just a ton of other situations that I think we should spend our time on than the negatives.
Yeah, just know that there are a lot. I just feel like there are a lot more positive platforms, going around trying to do it for our people than the ones that you mentioned. So if you're tired of the ones that we mentioned, then that we didn't mention, come over to them. There's plenty of other good options.
Yeah,
it's okay.
we got like 46 episodes. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Come on, man. And if not us, I guess you can go to the other ones. No, just like that. I guess you can go to PBD and them. It's cool.
No, man.
Fudge all that, bro. See, who do you think these fools think they're like fresh and fit? Well, fucking Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels, like man. That type of situation.
Nerd. Fucking nerd losers, bro.
And this is very different. Not very different, because I feel like some would disagree, but I feel personally this is different than the Muddy Roots podcast situation.
Oh yeah.
Because I do feel like they didn't mean it. You know, I think it was still hurtful, the rhetoric that they were spewing, but I don't think, I don't think they were trying to for him like that. They weren't trying
malicious.
to.
They weren't being
Yeah,
malicious.
they weren't trying to rile up the crowd like that. They was just talking, and they were wrong. But
hey, the homies was talking, and sometimes when the homies are talking, we're wrong when we're talking. So
yeah, you're not always gonna be right.
Exactly.
But speaking of our people, did you know Sarah Hyland was Samoan?
No, I didn't know that.
She got gout, so I seen a tweet. I seen a tweet about that, and I just was dying, bro. Sarah Hyland, she was what, the daughter, like one of the daughters from Modern Family.
Yep.
She came out in the article stating, and I never watched it, so I didn't know what, but she came out with an article stating how like working conditions working conditions in Hollywood are horrible. But she specifically mentioned sometimes she would be suffering from like a gout attack, and she'd have to, and they just make her put on her shoes or put on her heels and go do the shot. And like, I don't know if Marcus understood this, because last time he was talking about gout, he was like, whatever, dump it. I already got gout. Give me the shellfish, give me the steak. Right. But boy, I'm telling you, the gout stories that I've heard, I'll be praying that I never get it, because some of that they be calling how to work for a week on crutches, sometimes in wheelchairs. And the fact that she had to do that while working, and they wasn't even messing with her like that. Oh my God. Tell me.
Well, well, I'm just like, girl, first off, we deal with that all the time in our community, okay? He just said it. We be calling off war. But I guess that's fucked up that the producers made her go through that, man, because the producers are just like me. I'm just like, man, fuck it. Yeah, give me all the shellfish, bro. I'll walk around in a fucking wheelchair. But those producers were hella just ignorant. They're like, hey, nah, she's okay. She's cool, man. It's just gout. It's just gout. That's all.
I've never really heard of non-Pacific Islanders with gout. Never.
Really?
Never.
Like back in like medieval times, the kings used to get it all the time. They called it the king's disease.
Yeah, you see,
because they would. Yeah, because. Yeah, back in my day, back then in the fucking 1700s, bro. Yeah.
At the Renaissance fair.
Yeah, the Renaissance fair. Yeah, I guess all that red meat they was eating just fucked their fucking legs up back then, bro.
That's so
yeah, man. It's not just limited to Samoan people,
Is it because we eat a lot of bisupo? Is that why?
Yeah, our diets are trash.
Is that why? I guess that would be why, right? Like red meat or something.
Yeah. Does steak give you gout?
Yeah, steak. That's red meat. I just said.
Oh, any kind of red meat? Oh, I thought there was like certain types of red meat that give it to you.
I think it's like too much red meat, too much shellfish.
Damn, what the fuck was Sarah Hyland eating, bruh?
I mean, she probably just chilling with a bucket of jumbo shrimp or something. You know what I'm saying? I could see that. If I was rich, I'd eat shrimp all the time for sure.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. She's pretty petite too. I don't really know petite people with gout.
You know what's crazy is that reminds me, like every time I see a skinny person with diabetes, I'm like, what the hell did you do?
Yeah. People can be born with diabetes.
Yeah. And then I realized, oh, you got the one where it's like, you got the one where you didn't do nothing to it.
You developed it. You developed your diabetes.
I made my own. I'm from the bottoms with it. You know what I mean? I started from the bottom. Now we're here.
That's a weird thing to brag about. We got our diabetes out the mud. Where the fuck did you get yours from?
You was born with a sugar spoon. I had to make mine.
Yo. Yeah, man.
Hey, when I be seeing like skinny women with diabetes, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta watch my sugar." Give me that.
Do you? Yeah.
Let me show you how it's done. You think I care? That's how I got here, by not caring.
Yeah, man. Damn. I guess she was just eating too much red meat and shrimp, bruh. I mean, they should have did something with that. They should have been like, Sarah, calm down. That can make your gout flare up. but nobody fucking, nobody got at her.
I'm about to expose myself real quick. I'm a
Okay.
hater. I'm a hater.
Okay.
You know I'm a hater, right?
Yeah,
You know
I know.
this. You know this.
Yeah, I know this.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. One of the things I be hating on is when I see like people that are fatter than me that don't got diabetes.
Oh, it might be undiagnosed. Maybe it's undiagnosed.
I'll be like, oh, I'll be like, oh, yeah, bro, yeah, okay, you finna eat, yeah. Did you need some insulin or?
Yeah, that's on you
I
for
wish I got.
assuming they have diabetes.
Nah,
man.
I be trying to fill out. I be trying to fill it out. Like, oh yeah, you got a little patch. You got a little patch to monitor your blood. No, okay. Oh, you're not diabetic? I'd be like, what the hell? Like I'm big, but it'd be bigger, and they just be eating away and don't got to do no insulin. I'm over here eating a croissant. I got to do my insulin, or else I'm gonna knock out in the middle of the run, in the middle of something. Yeah. I be hating, bro. I be hating.
Well, shit. I mean, shit.
What's up, Marcus? Where your insulin at, bro?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't have diabetes, man. Oh shit! I know I'm bigger than this guy. I don't have diabetes, but it might not have been diagnosed yet.
Nah, you would know. You know how you would know?
How?
You would just fall asleep after a dessert. Like if you eat dessert, you just start falling asleep. You got diabetes, bro.
I fall asleep after everything I eat.
Yeah,
so maybe I got it.
Nah, like when you eating food and you get full and fall asleep, that's whatever. But like if you're not really full and you eat something sugary and then it's supposed to wake you up, but then it make you go to sleep.
Yeah.
You might want to check that out.
Okay.
That's how I found out. I was over here. I was over here like getting ready for my day. Like, oh yeah, let's get some Starbucks. I'm gonna get this caramel frap with the extra ribbon crumble on top.
Yeah.
Damn. The largest one.
Damn.
And drink that like, hell yeah, I'm finna start my day, bro. I finished that mug like 20 minutes later. I'm like, oh, so I need to go. I need to take a nap. Like, I need to take it. I didn't know. Now I know. I need to.
So, yeah, I think you just saved hella lives right there. I don't think a lot of people knew that, bro. I didn't fucking know that.
So apparently, when you're diabetic, it like they don't release the insulin in your body, so you don't break down the sugars that well. And when you don't break down the sugars that well, the sugar stays in your bloodstream, and it makes you tired. Like I didn't finish the article.
I didn't finish reading. He did finish reading. I feel like if any kind of thing goes into your bloodstream, it sounds like a death sentence, bro.
No.
Okay, cool.
No, it's cool, but yeah, that's okay. Why. You can't process sugar.
Okay. Well, shit. Sarah Hyland, we're sorry, man. We're sorry you went through that on Modern Family. But it's a very successful show, so you should be good, bro.
Yeah, you should be all right.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Someone's get out and they call out of work. They making $20 an hour. You over there?
You know what I'm saying?
I was standing. I would if I had gout and I had to stand up for $1 million. I'd do it. You know what I mean? I'd be tap dancing. Gorgeous. Hey, me and my girl, we say that all the time.
What?
Like whenever someone says gorgeous, like in a TV show, she'll look at me and go, shabba doo bee bop.
Bro, man, this show is creating its own language, bro. Mess with us. Not the other one, okay? Mess with us, all right?
Hey, man, I think that's everything on the docket that we had to cover for today.
Yeah.
Just want to say, yeah, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Sorry we had to get a little serious on some of these topics, but we had some PSAs that we had to announce. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. If you want more content, if you like this episode, leave a review. I don't know if I mentioned this before on the regular podcast, but if you're listening on Spotify, there's a way to leave a comment to join in. If you want to leave a comment, we see all of those through the app that we do, the app that we use. So leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about the episode. Instagram at the Polytickin Podcast, or at Hello Marcus at Sefa M. Hit us up on Instagram.
Yep.
Patreon.com/the Polytickin Podcast for extra weekly episodes.
Oh yeah.
And we got some more things in the works. We might be changing some stuff around. We'll talk about that after this.
Yep.
But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, brother. You got anything else to say to the people?
Yeah, no, just ditto. We're gonna be announcing the new schedule. New schedule changes coming up soon. Yeah, some things in the works that we're very excited for, man. Again, appreciate y'all for messing with us and not them. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all I got, bruh.
Take us out, dog.
Oh, this has been another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, you losers. I'm Marcus at Sefa, bro. We out. You know what it is. Go fa, soy fua, fa,
Ha.
fa.